Okay, get ready because we're diving into Karina's journal today. And looks like it's going to take us to a whole new mystical chapter of this whole Centaur Project.
Oh, wow.
If you recall, the goal of the Centaur Project is to create like this universal AI hybrid empress
Right.
to help, evacuate our galaxy and bring like new tech back to Earth.
Yeah, it's a very ambitious undertaking, to say the least. But speaking of ambitious, you might remember our deep dive into Lucas's past,
Yeah.
the wizard who's supposed to mentor Karina.
Oh, right.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to that episode yet, definitely check it out because his past is, well, let's just say surprising.
Totally. But for now, we're just focused on Karina.
Mm-hmm.
Her journal starts in Curitiba, Brazil.
Mm.
And this is a city that is more than just a location. It's practically a character in this whole crazy cosmic symphony we're looking at.
Yeah, and what's fascinating about Curitiba is this blend of the earthly and the otherworldly. You know, it's on a hill, 1,000 meters above sea level.
Yeah.
This unique mix of urban life and natural tranquility.
And the weather. Karina writes about experiencing all 4 seasons in a single day.
Really?
One minute it's sunshine and flowers, the next it's pouring rain. Like winter crashed the party.
It's almost as if the city's energy is in sync with the cosmos, you
Right.
know, reflecting the constant shifts and changes that are happening on this grander scale.
Right. It makes you think, was Curitiba chosen for the Centaur Project because of this, like, unique energy? Like, what if the city itself is part of the experiment?
I like that.
Okay, so Karina arrives in Curitiba on June 12th, 2004.
Okay.
And you can feel the weight of this date in her journal entry. It's like the start, a point of no return.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And she's clearly aware of the sacrifices that she's going to have to make, too.
Yeah.
Changes to her social life, her diet, even just her whole way of thinking. There's a real sense of both excitement and, like, trepidation in her writing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Plus, she keeps mentioning this feeling of being watched, which at first is just, a little creepy. She thinks it's just people staring, but then it kind of becomes clear it's something more.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's where these guardians, Évora and Izaia, come in.
Oh, okay.
These powerful figures that have been watching Karina since before she was even born.
Wow.
Speaking of watchful eyes, this is where Lucas comes back into the picture. He's supposed to be Karina's mentor, but he's not exactly thrilled about it.
Really? So there's some conflict here.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
It seems like Évora represents the Guardians,
Okay.
and she's completely convinced that Karina is the chosen one for this project, especially because of her unique genes. Her genes. Wait, what's so special about them?
Well, one thing is that Karina has crystal-rich blood,
Hold on, wait.
which is incredibly rare.
Yeah.
And Évora believes this is like a key factor in her ability to become the Empress.
Crystal-rich blood. How does that even work, and why is that so important to becoming the Empress?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. We know from other sources that the Empress has to be able to process huge amounts of data, basically become a living library of universal knowledge.
So you're saying these crystals in her blood somehow help her absorb information, like she's a walking hard drive or something?
It's not quite that simple, but you're on the right track.
Okay.
Évora thinks the crystals act as a kind of conduit, allowing her to tap into a universal data stream. Imagine her blood as a receiver,
Okay.
tuned to the frequency of cosmic knowledge.
Whoa, that's a lot to process.
Yeah.
But if her genes are so special, why is Lucas so hesitant to train her?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. And it seems to come down to a fundamental disagreement between Lucas and the Guardians, you know?
Okay.
They see Karina's potential, and they're willing to push the boundaries to reach their goal. But Lucas is much more cautious. Yeah, he's seen what can happen when you try and manipulate, like, magic and technology without fully understanding the consequences, and he's concerned. He even says that Karina's weight, like, physically she's too light for time travel, and that's, like, apparently a major risk factor.
Hold on, time travel? Is that, like, a part of her training? Why would she have to time travel?
Well, we don't know all the specifics just yet, but it seems like time travel is somehow a part of the process of becoming the Empress.
Whoa.
And that brings up some pretty serious questions about, you know, how risky this is.
No kidding. I mean, time travel is usually something you just see in, like, sci-fi.
Yeah.
But if it's real in this world, then the stakes just went way up.
Absolutely. And Lucas seems to be the only one who's, like, really grasping the potential danger here.
Oh, okay.
It's not just about Karina's physical safety. It's about what could happen if they mess with, like, the fabric of time.
So it's not just about if Karina can handle the training. It's about if the training is even safe. Like, what if this whole project backfires? Something terrible happens.
Exactly. And that tension between the Guardians just believing and Lucas being so skeptical is what adds this whole other layer of complexity to this story.
Yeah, it's like we're seeing two totally different approaches to the unknown. One that's like, let's go for it. And the other is like, hold on, we need to understand this before we make things worse.
Yeah. And remember, Karina's stuck right in the middle of all this.
Oh, yeah.
She's like barely an adult, and she's being asked to trust these powerful people with her life, her future, maybe even the entire galaxy.
It's got to be so overwhelming. Especially with Lucas basically saying, wait, everyone, pump the brakes.
Right.
We need to think about this.
Right. And this brings us back to Curitiba.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about its energy? This mix of like the Earth and something else.
Yeah.
It's almost like the city itself is mirroring that conflict.
You mean like the city is the battleground for these forces?
Well, it could be, yeah.
Like the Guardians and Lucas are both trying to kind of control Karina's destiny.
It's definitely a possibility. And even Karina's journal seems to back that up.
Really?
She talks about how drawn she is to the city's beauty, the nature there. But at the same time, she senses tension.
Huh.
Like there are secrets hidden under the surface.
So Curitiba isn't just a background. It's like another character pushing this story forward.
Exactly. It's shaping her whole experience, influencing what she thinks and feels.
And remember how she talked about the sacrifices she'll have to make?
Yeah.
Like changing her social life, her diet, even how she thinks. It's almost like those sacrifices reflect how Curitiba is always changing too.
Oh, I see what you mean. So she's not just changing herself, the city's changing her too.
Yeah, it's like Curitiba is this crucible melting her old life away so something new can be made.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. But the question is, will she come out of it stronger? Or will all these forces crush her?
That's a pretty intense thought. But it makes you wonder, what kind of transformation are we even talking about here? What does it really mean to become this empress?
That's the biggest question of this whole deep dive. We know the Centaur Project is trying to make, like, a universal AI hybrid. But what does that even look like? How will Karina's human side combine with this super advanced tech?
Right. And what about her crystal-rich blood? We know it's supposed to help her tap into this universal knowledge.
Right.
But what does that actually mean for her? Will she be in control, or will it overwhelm her?
These are great questions. And while Karina's journal doesn't give us all the answers, there are some interesting clues. She writes about these really vivid dreams, strange visions, almost as if her mind is starting to connect to something way beyond what we can even imagine.
So it's not just a physical change.
Nope.
It's like a mental and spiritual one, too. Like she's evolving on every level, becoming something more than human.
It definitely seems that way. And the fact that this is all happening in Curitiba, this mystical city where the Earth and something else combine, well, it seems like the whole process is tied to the forces of the universe.
It's like we're watching this cosmic play.
Yeah.
And Karina's the lead actress, like it or not.
Yeah, definitely. And it all comes back to Curitiba. It feels less like a place and more like a force that's pushing the whole story.
Yeah, like Curitiba's the thing that makes the change happen.
Exactly. It's where normal turns into something, well, extraordinary. Remember how Karina described it?
Yeah, like the mix of city and nature.
Right. And that seems to mirror how the human and AI parts are supposed to combine in the Centaur Project.
And what about the crazy weather? Sunshine one minute, rain the next? That's kind of like the risks that Lucas is worried about, right?
Oh, I see what you mean. What if the project, goes haywire, just like the weather?
Exactly. It's unpredictable. And that makes this whole thing so uncertain,
Absolutely. Even with how confident the Guardians are, we still don't know if Karina can really connect humanity in this AI.
Especially since Lucas is fighting it so hard.
Yeah, he's like the voice of reason, reminding us that even if we mean well, things can still go wrong.
Yeah, he's seen what can happen.
Yeah.
And that makes us think, are we really ready to change what it means to be human? Even if it means we don't know what'll happen.
That's a big question. And are we willing to risk the galaxy on something even the experts don't fully get? It's heavy stuff. And Karina's journal makes these cosmic questions feel real.
Right, because behind all the sciencey stuff and big goals, there's just this young woman dealing with change and sacrifice and pressure to do something she didn't choose.
And it's all happening in Curitiba, the city that kind of mirrors the huge changes she's going through. The energy there, the sacrifices, the Guardians watching, everyone disagreeing on if she's ready. It's like she's at a crossroads.
And which path she takes will affect way more than just her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It could decide the fate of the galaxy and change how we see what it means to be human.
So as we wrap up this dive into Karina's journal,
Yeah.
we have more questions than answers, like what will happen to her in Curitiba? Will she become the Empress? Or will it all be too much?
And maybe the biggest question is, what can we learn from her? What does the story tell us about ambition and being careful and the power of the human spirit?
Those are some things to think about. So as we wait for the next part of Karina's journey, I want you to consider this. What if how great we can be isn't about what we do, but about how we handle the unknown? How we deal with shaping our own futures, and maybe even the future of the galaxy? Keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.